Yes, also in relation to dispute resolution, some organizations and probably their marketing or sales team or the manager is appointed as the person who gets the dispute resolved, in the sense the point of contact. So if you're not getting something resolved from your first point of contact, you could ask the call to be escalated to a person who can make decisions, especially if you find out that the person or the telephone operator is unable to make decisions. And that is a crucial point sometimes. It's no point, if you see that the matter is not getting resolved, just keep talking and arguing. So ask the matter to be escalated, and ask the name of the person that the matter will be escalated to, and have a discussion with that person.
Yeah, that's right, Dinesh. You should take a step-by-step approach, so you may not need to go all the way to a tribunal or an ombudsman first. Just try to resolve it within that organisation.
Yes, and also with tribunals and with ombudsmen, especially with the ombudsman, sometimes the ombudsman is like a toothless tiger. Not to say that it might not get resolved. It depends on the powers given to the ombudsman. Of course, it's easier if you can resolve it within that organization, so you don't have to go through all that steps, and it's time consuming as well, and you need to understand what the ombudsman wants and so on. In certain bigger firms, as we discussed, there is a dispute resolution person or an ombudsman within the organization. It's not the ombudsman in the traditional sense, the outside entity. It's within the company, like certain insurance firms have their own ombudsman and a couple of dispute resolution people. So you could actually forward your concern to those people to see if you get a resolution or some kind of an agreement.
And that's correct, Dinesh, because services such as the Ombudsman and the courts, although the Ombudsman is free, it can take a lot of time and a lot of effort to go through this service. Not to mention the Ombudsman is quite slow in the uptake. And that's not a criticism of the Ombudsman. It's just that unfortunately they have such a backlog of cases because everyone essentially does use this service.
And sometimes, although you said it's not a criticism of the Ombudsman, sometimes people may feel frustrated with that process, because at the end of the day they might try to resolve, and if not, the person, the customer, or from the other side the store might not have a successful resolution. Also, I just touched upon it before, but can I say, if parties are happy to meet in the middle, that is, you offer something and accept, it may not be what you wanted initially, but giving and taking a little bit, so try to resolve it that way. If a compensation is afforded, and if you're asking for a certain amount like $100 as an example, and they're willing to give either 50 or 80, just consider the cost, the time and everything, and see if you can make it a point to resolve it rather than taking further steps. Now, Emily might know a little bit more in relation to letters of demand. I would suggest the official way, if you're not getting something resolved and what is at stake is somewhat substantial, to send a letter of demand.
Yes, that's correct, Dinesh. But that sort of is a stage or a step that you may take if you have tried to resolve it with the organisation. You've had several communications, you've escalated it to a specific level in that organisation, and you're not really getting anywhere. So you could get legal advice regarding your situation, what's happened, and then perhaps the letter of demand might be actually the most appropriate step. And your legal representative, your lawyer, may have looked into the consumer laws provisions that may apply to your specific case.
And sometimes it's our experience that if you send a letter of demand through a lawyer, there is some weight as well. And of course, you can send a letter of demand yourself. But remember, when you're sending a letter of demand, make your point and substantiate your claims.
There must be some sort of basis behind your claims.
Correct. It's so a lawyer, of course, would be writing it in a different way. They will highlight your rights in a legalistic manner. They may include, if relevant, relevant laws consumer laws, if the case may be, or the case laws. And the weight and the seriousness in that sense, in that situation, is more. So you might get a response faster and a more specific response from the other side if that technique, if I may say so, is employed.
Yep. It's important to note that some legal centres often offer this service, writing a letter of demand or letters for their clients for free. Just contact your nearest legal centre and see what they can do for you.
Yes. And also, may I point out that Consumer Affairs Victoria has certain letters on their website, complaint letters as templates.
Right.
Yes, exactly. So you can make use of those letters. Well, that's all the time we've got for you today. If you want to check our past episodes, you can go to our website, you can go to our Facebook, or you can do a search on YouTube. If you have concerns, don't hesitate to write. You can give us suggestions, ideas, topics, or you can participate in our program. Just email it to info@lawhelpaustralia.org. Look after yourself and others, and bye for now.